have you watched the movie The Last Dance? Have you watched the documentary The Last Dance?
Loved it.
So a couple questions for you. One, the moment with Isaiah and Jordan, okay? And I see you as a guy that you kind of, maybe you watch the competition and everybody else compete. I've seen your shot, your turnaround shot. You got a good game as well. You're an athlete. You know, you're a guy that kind of follows along with what's going on everywhere. The moment of Isaiah not shaking his hand when they lost, and they walk off, Bill Lambier, and Michael's like, you kidding me? I lost to you last year, humiliated. I came and shook all your hands one by one, and I said, hey, go win the championship. I go in the gym, come back, train, we beat you. You don't want to even give me that respect? No problem. And Michael was a grudge guy.
Yeah.
Okay? And then dream team, boom, doesn't let him get back on the team. And, well, it was never Michael. It was never this. Oh, okay, well, it was Michael, let's just say. And then come to the celebration that happened last year or a few months ago where all the top 75 NBA players are there. And there's this one scene that's gone viral on TikTok. And I don't know if you know which one.
I haven't seen it, no.
There's one scene that's gone viral. It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Where you see Magic is there shaking hands with Isaiah and Michael standing behind Magic, okay? And Magic's like, yeah, all this stuff. And then Isaiah walks off and you see Michael comes and he whispers something in Magic's ear. And this is within seconds after he talks to Isaiah. And they are both laughing so hard, right? Now, couple trolls added additional sound to say what would have been said. I'm going to show you afterwards. It's unbelievably funny.
Yeah.
Did you in your career ever have an Isaiah Thomas?
I could hold a grudge as good as any of them out there, actually. That was good aspects of I would say the motivation. Like, you know, it's very different. Like, I didn't have any friends on the other teams. I didn't, you know, and I think it's a little different day and age.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't.
Even ex-teammates that left?
Well, yeah, to a degree, but I mean, my friends were the guys that were in the battle with me. So it's very different in today's age, which I actually think is a little, you've got to create a lot of different emotion to heighten your sense of awareness and focus. Like for me, anger was good. Anger was good because it was motivating. The more I could create an enemy, the more I wanted to go out and kill those guys. Now, I knew I wasn't going to kill them physically, but man, if I could just, what did they say? You know, and what did they look like? And did they disrespect me at all? You know, and did that asshole say something? Like, those are little things that can get me right in the emotional frame of mind that when I ran on the field and I said, let's fucking go. It was really, let's go kick some ass. That's what we were doing. So there wasn't a lot of smiley faces with me out there. There wasn't a lot of smiley faces with Michael Jordan. There weren't a lot of smiley faces with Kobe Bryant. There weren't a lot of smiley faces with Tiger Woods. Right? Tiger wasn't trying to be friends with anybody. Tiger had no friends. Tiger's friends were guys that he knew he could kick their butt. Those were Tiger's friends. And they were very happy to have their butts kicked by Tiger Woods to be his friend. So Tiger had him right where he wanted him. And I think for me, like even when I watch sports today and I see like, golf's a good example. I see these guys on the range.
Yeah.
Like they're all buddies and their caddies are friends. And I'm like, that's not the killer instinct. That's just not. I don't know how you can want to crush the competition because they are your competition, but then to like have dinner with them the next night.
Yep.
Now, I had a few friends like, because maybe it was a long period of time, but I could count on one hand the number of, maybe Peyton Manning and I love Peyton. Maybe I've had dinner with him twice in 23 years. And it's not because I don't love him. I really do.
Twice in 20 years.
Probably.
23 years.
And, you know, our competition was always like, I looked up to him so much. I admired Peyton Manning. Like, I loved his game. I loved everything he did. But that guy, if we wanted to get where we wanted to go, we had to get through them. So I had to create something different in my mind. He couldn't be my friend. You know, when I see that with a lot of the guys that, you know, Drew Brees, I love Drew. He was incredible. But he wasn't my friend. Now he's my friend because I'm not competing him against anymore. And I just think it's different now because of social media, the ability to connect with everybody. Everyone's friends now in sports all the time. And I'm like, I don't get that. That's just not my thing. So, and it's not that like I'm trying to be a jerk, but in my job, it's different than my person. You know, it's interesting. Like when I was a quarterback, I was just playing quarterback. Yeah, it was me, the person, but it was me, the quarterback, that was out there because I was doing a job. I wasn't the father. I wasn't the dad out there. I wasn't, the husband out there. I was the quarterback out there on the field. I was the quarterback when I went to work. Nothing was going to get in the way of that. And then when I stepped off the field, great, I'm back to who I am. I had to draw on a part of me that was emotional, aggressive, angry, decisive,
sick,
irrational, all those things. And then when I came back into life, okay, well, like calm down, So, but I would say a lot of the guys that I looked up to approached it the same way. I don't think Jack Nicklaus was trying to be friends with anybody. I don't think Joe Montana was trying to be friends with anybody. I don't think Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson were trying to be friends with anybody. I think they were going out there on a mission. And if there was someone in their way, they had to crush them.
Question, let me follow up. So you said Peyton Manning. To me, Peyton Manning is a competitor. It's like Michael Clyde, Michael Barkley, it's like a Magic, fine. But, it was like, no. The whole game in the Olympics, whatever game it was, where Michael and Magic, Magic and Bird team up to play that video that's about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And you see, it says, listen, I'm the guy. There's a new chief in town, right? And it was like, listen, Larry says, Magic, relax. We're not at this guy's level. He's better than us, right? I'm not talking about competition. I'm talking about who disrespected you, because Isaiah disrespected Michael.
Yeah.
Did anybody disrespect you that you said, it's done?
I would say there were I can't think of any competitors off the top of my head.
Coaches.
Like, I like the guys that would and I remember a few instances. Like, you guys remember Ndamukong Suh?
Of course.
Okay. And he ended up being a teammate, thank God. Because Ndamukong was one of the biggest, fastest, most explosive athletes the league has ever seen. And the Dolphins signed him to like a $20 million a year contract, highest paid defender in history, and they were in a division, so we see him twice a year. And he had a reputation that, he was played to the echo of the whistle. And I would always try to butter the D linemen up because I didn't want them, trying to hit me any harder than they already were trying to hit me. Like, they get paid a lot more the more they kick my ass, which that's good incentive for them. So every opportunity I could get, I would try to be like, you're a great player, man. Like, stay out of my backfield. Damn, you really hit me hard on that one, So in Ndamukong, one time we were playing in Miami, and he had been in the backfield like a couple plays in the game, and I can feel it because I let go of the ball, and then this heavy arm would come in and just boom. And I'm not that big. I mean, and when he hits you, it's like different than everyone else hitting you. And I never wanted to show him that, God damn, that hurt. So he got me a couple times early. So it was like the second drive of the game, and we were driving the ball, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I dropped and I threw the ball. And just as I threw it, boom, he hit me again. And I'm like, how did he get here that quick? So I slapped him on the butt. And I go, dude, stay out of our fucking backfield today. And he looked at me and goes, I'm not your fucking friend. And I was like, I respect that.
I respect that.
I never said another word to him. And he became my teammate a few years later. And I love being his teammate. But look, he didn't give that, I'm won this or won that or had this or that. And there were a lot of guys that were. A lot of guys would come up to me and they'd be like, hey, man, it's an honor to be on the field with you. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, they're done.